Imagine waking up to a life that feels heavy before the day even begins. Your home is a maze of overflowing closets, cluttered countertops, and gadgets you barely use. Your schedule is a tangle of meetings, errands, and obligations that leave you breathless. Your mind is a whirlwind, juggling to-dos, social pressures, and the nagging sense that you're not measuring up. You're chasing success, more money, more status, more stuff. Yet happiness slips through your fingers like sand. You're not alone in this. The modern world, with its relentless push for more, has left so many of us overwhelmed, disconnected, and yearning for something deeper. What if the path to true happiness isn't in accumulating more, but in embracing less? This is the heart of Japanese minimalism, a philosophy that redefines success not as having it all, but as cherishing what matters most. Rooted in concepts like wabi-sabi, and mindful simplicity, it invites you to let go of excess, create space for clarity, and craft a life of purpose and joy. Let's explore how this wisdom can help you rethink success and happiness, transforming your days into a simpler, more intentional, and profoundly fulfilling journey. Japanese minimalism is more than a trend or a decluttering checklist. It's a way of living that celebrates the power of less to unlock more. More peace, more meaning, more freedom. At its core is the concept of the Japanese art of purposeful, empty space. In a traditional Japanese home, you might find a single tatami mat, a low table, and a lone scroll on the wall, surrounded by open space that feels calm and alive. Ma teaches that emptiness isn't absence, but presence, a deliberate choice to let what matters breathe and shine. Alongside wabi-sabi embraces the beauty of imperfection and transience, finding value in a chipped bowl or a faded scarf because they carry stories of time and use. Together, these ideas form the foundation of Japanese minimalism, urging you to keep only what serves a purpose or sparks joy, and to release the rest with gratitude. In a culture that equates success with bigger houses, busier schedules, and shinier possessions, this philosophy is a quiet revolution. It asks, what if success isn't about how much you have, but how deeply you live? What if happiness grows in the spaces you clear, not the things you collect? Let's anchor this in your world. You're likely familiar with the weight of modern life. Your home is filled with things: clothes you don't wear, gadgets you don't need, gifts you keep out of guilt. Your calendar is packed with commitments, from work deadlines to social events, leaving little room for rest or reflection. Your mind is crowded with pressures to earn more, achieve more, be more, fueled by social media's endless parade of perfect lives and must-have products. You might buy things to feel successful: a new phone, a designer bag, only to find the thrill fades fast, leaving you with clutter and debt. You might chase promotions or accolades, hoping they'll bring fulfillment, only to feel emptier with each milestone. This cycle of more traps you in a life that feels full, but not satisfying, busy but not purposeful. Japanese minimalism offers a way out, not by rejecting ambition or pleasure, but by redefining what success and happiness mean. By embracing less, you create space, physical, mental, emotional, for what truly enriches your life. What does this look like in practice? It starts with intention. In your home, Japanese minimalism means curating your possessions to include only what you use or love. Picture a kitchen counter with just a kettle, a cutting board, and a bowl of fruit. The empty space inviting calm and focus. In your schedule, it's saying no to obligations that don't align with your values, leaving room for what does. A quiet evening, a creative project, a walk with a friend. In your mind, it's letting go of the need to compare or compete, focusing instead on your own path. Minimalism isn't about living with nothing. It's about living with enough, choosing quality over quantity, and creating space for clarity and joy. It's a shift from chasing external markers of success, wealth, status, busyness, to cultivating internal ones, peace, purpose, connection. The result is a life that feels lighter, freer, and more authentically yours. The benefits of this approach are transformative, touching every facet of your being. Physically, a decluttered home is easier to maintain. Fewer things to clean, organize, or replace. Your spaces become sanctuaries, free from the chaos of excess, where you can truly relax. Financially, minimalism saves money. By prioritizing quality, a well-made pair of shoes, a durable backpack, you invest in items that last, reducing the need for constant replacements and curbing impulse buys. Mentally, less clutter fosters clarity and calm. Research shows that a simplified environment can reduce stress, improve focus, and enhance decision-making as your brain isn't overwhelmed by visual noise. Emotionally, minimalism deepens your appreciation for what you keep. A single, cherished book on your shelf carries more meaning than a dozen unread ones. Spiritually, minimalism aligns with Wabi Sabi's call to savor the present, finding beauty in life's fleeting, imperfect moments. A quiet sunrise, a worn sweater, a shared laugh. Environmentally, living with less supports sustainability. By buying less and valuing what you have, you reduce waste, honor the Earth's resources, and live more lightly on the planet. Contrast this with the mindset many of us fall into. The pursuit of more drives us to accumulate. Clothes we don't wear, gadgets we don't use, commitments we don't enjoy. You might buy things to signal success, a flashy car, a bigger TV, only to find they demand your time, money, and energy, tethering you to debt or maintenance. You might overfill your schedule, saying yes to every opportunity, only to feel drained and disconnected from your own desires. Social media amplifies this, showcasing lives that seem perfect, urging you to keep up with trends or hustle harder. The result is a life of clutter, physical, mental, emotional, that leaves you feeling trapped, anxious, and unfulfilled. The irony is that the more you chase, the less you have of what matters: time, peace, joy. Japanese minimalism flips the script. It's not about deprivation, but discernment. You don't stop living or dreaming. You choose what deserves your space, your attention, your heart, and let the rest go. Let's paint a picture of how this might look in your life. Imagine walking into your living room where a single couch, a small table, and a potted plant create a sense of calm. The empty space feels inviting, not barren, allowing you to breathe deeply and feel at home. At work, you prioritize one key project instead of juggling 10, saying no to tasks that don't align with your goals. The focus you gain boosts your productivity and your pride. In your social life, you choose quality over quantity, nurturing a few deep friendships rather than spreading yourself thin across countless events. Even your digital life reflects minimalism. You unsubscribe from newsletters, curate your social feeds, and keep your phone screen simple with just a few apps that serve you. These choices, inspired by Ma and Wabi Sabi, aren't about sacrifice, they're about freedom. They remind you that success isn't about how much you have, but how much you love the life you're living. To bring Japanese minimalism into your life, start with small, actionable steps. Begin by decluttering one area: your desk, your wardrobe, your kitchen counter. As you sort through items, ask, does this serve a purpose in my life today? Does it bring me joy? If not, let it go with gratitude, perhaps donating it or passing it on. This process, rooted in Wabi Sabi, honors the impermanence of things. Nothing lasts forever, and that's okay. Next, simplify your schedule. Look at your calendar and identify one commitment you can release: a meeting, a social event that doesn't align with your priorities. Use that time for something that nourishes you, like reading, meditating, or simply resting. Another exercise is to practice Ma in your home. Choose one surface, a shelf, a table, and clear it completely. Then add back just one or two items you love. Notice how the empty space feels. Does it calm you? Inspire you? To maintain this mindset, pause before acquiring anything new. Ask, will this add lasting value to my life? Can I live without it? These questions, steeped in mindfulness, help you avoid clutter before it starts. Challenges will emerge, and that's part of the journey. You might feel attached to possessions, worried that letting go means losing memories or status. Start with low-stakes items, old papers, unused kitchen tools, and build confidence as you go. You might face pressure from others to keep up with trends, to fill your home or life with more. Remind yourself that minimalism is about your values, not society's expectations. Financial constraints can make quality purchases feel out of reach. Focus on accessible wins, buying secondhand, repairing what you own, or finding joy in free experiences like a sunset walk or a home-cooked meal. Busyness is another hurdle. A packed schedule can make simplifying feel impossible. Lean on Kaizen, the Japanese art of small improvements. Clear one item, skip one task, pause for one breath. Progress, not perfection, is the goal. Japanese minimalism weaves beautifully with other philosophies, deepening its impact. Wabi Sabi encourages you to cherish the imperfect: a scratched table, a faded shirt, as part of your story, reducing the urge to replace what's flawed. Motenai, the respect for resources, inspires you to value what you keep, repairing or repurposing instead of discarding. Ikigai aligns your choices with purpose, helping you prioritize possessions and activities that spark joy. Perhaps a journal for your thoughts, a weekly yoga class, or time with family. Dan Shari, The Art of Letting Go, supports your decluttering by framing it as a release of what no longer serves you. Together, these ideas create a holistic approach to living, one that values simplicity, intention, and harmony over excess or perfection. Let's deepen this with more practical exercises. Try a minimalist day. For one day, commit to using only what's essential: your phone for calls, a single notebook for work, a simple meal. Notice how it feels to strip away excess. Another practice is a joy audit. List the things in your home, schedule, or digital life, and mark which ones truly bring you joy. Let go of one or two that don't, creating space for what does. To cultivate Ma, try a space meditation. Sit in a room and focus on an empty area, a bare wall, an open floor. Breathe deeply and notice how the space affects you. Does it calm your mind? Spark creativity? For your digital life, set a screen simplicity goal. Reduce your phone's home screen to 5 apps for a week, observing how it impacts your focus. These exercises, flexible and personal, help minimalism take root in your unique life. Let's also explore how minimalism reshapes your relationship with success. Society often defines success as external: wealth, titles, possessions. Japanese minimalism redefines it as internal. Are you living in alignment with your values? Are you present for the moments that matter? By letting go of the need to have it all, you free yourself from comparison and competition. Success becomes a quiet morning with a book, a heartfelt conversation, a job that fulfills you, even if it's not the flashiest. Happiness grows not from what you own, but from how you live. Savoring a simple meal, appreciating a worn pair of shoes, finding joy in the ordinary. This shift, inspired by Wabi Sabi's embrace of the transient, grounds you in the present, where true contentment lives. Let's ground this in a story. Meet Javier, a 40-year-old accountant buried in the trappings of success. His home was stuffed with designer furniture, unused tech, and clothes he bought to impress. His schedule was a blur of work, networking, and social events, yet he felt empty. One day, a podcast on Japanese minimalism introduced him to Ma and Wabi Sabi. Intrigued, Javier started small, clearing his desk and keeping only a lamp and a photo of his kids. The empty space felt calming, sparking clarity. He began saying no to low-value commitments, reserving evenings for family or guitar practice. He donated half his wardrobe, keeping only pieces he loved, and felt lighter each day. He even simplified his finances, canceling subscriptions and focusing on quality purchases. Over months, Javier's home became a haven, his work more focused, his heart fuller. Minimalism didn't erase his ambitions, but it redefined them, giving him space to live, love, and thrive. As you step into this journey, envision the life you're crafting. A home where every object tells a story or serves a purpose, where empty spaces invite peace. A schedule with room for rest, creativity, and connection. a mind unburdened by the chase for more, free to savor the now. Japanese minimalism isn't about having nothing. It's about having enough. Enough beauty, enough meaning, enough you. It's a rebellion against the noise of consumerism, a reclaiming of your space, your time, your soul. You don't need a bigger life, a busier life, or a shinier life. You need only to let go of what weighs you down and embrace what lifts you up. So, begin today. Right now, choose one thing, a trinket, a task, a thought to release. Let it go with gratitude, creating a sliver of space. Carry this question forward. What can I let go of to make room for what matters? Ask it when you shop, plan, or dream. Trust that each act of letting go is a step toward clarity, a brick in the foundation of a simpler, more meaningful life. You're not just simplifying, you're redefining success, rewriting happiness, and building a life of freedom, presence, and joy. Welcome to the art of less is more, of less is more, of less is more.